All right, everyone, welcome to the Women of Power weekly training. This is by the Women of Power, ran by the Women of Power with my lovely host, Marisa Fletcher, Isela Bonada, and Chris Lynn. And this is by the Women of Power, but for everyone. And so this meeting is at 10 a.m. every week. Next slide. All right, so Power Partners United. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and go over some success stories to kick us off for our meeting today. Please share with us any success stories that you want to share. Did you get a new electric bill? Did you have a recent install? Do you have a new ambassador? Did you help a family go solar? Tell us more. Who wants to go first?
I think I can share.
Okay, go for it.
Hello, everybody. So I had an install that just happened in Norco. They signed right before NEM 2.0 was over. So I think it was like the 12th or the 13th. She's already completely installed, completely inspected. So it was like a 40-day install. Super excited about that. She got in for NEM 2.0, and I'm talking to her about planning a, a solar party. So we're going to plan a solar party to do it in her driveway. I just watched a training that Raisa gave, and I'm copying that, biting it. We're doing it in her driveway. I'm sending out letters to all the neighbors, 100 letters to the neighbors.
Wow.
And I'm going to get a taco truck. So I'm going to make it, because I'm pretty sure that something's going to come of it. So I'm super excited about that. I'll take photos when we do it and let you guys all know how that went.
Amazing. Awesome. Congratulations. And wow, 40-day install. And just so you guys know, I was on the Leadership Council meeting recently. Operations team is putting a plan in the works right now to get most projects in 45 to 90 days. So that is on the horizon. It is coming. Let's go ahead and go with Lily next, and then Tara.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have an install today at Rialto, and then an MPU and solar install tomorrow in your Belinda. That's it.
Awesome. Congratulations. Are you going to stop by the install?
Yes. Planning later.
Oh, cool. So just a tip, if you can get yourself in the photo in front of the house. I wish I had done that with more of my installs, but congratulations. Nice work. And then we'll go ahead and have Tara share.
Good morning, everybody. It's nice to be able to be here since the New Mexico meeting doesn't conflict with this anymore. Let me lower my hand. Couple of quickies. One is that I have a new seller, and I'm excited about that. She's just getting started now, and then I finally finished my tier 2 training. So both of those were this last week.
Awesome. Congratulations. And am I saying your name correctly? Is it Tara or Tara?
If you get it wrong, it's fine, but it's Tara.
It's Tara. Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Much. Thanks for sharing, Tara. Anyone else? Success stories? Anyone else? Has anyone here sold an NEM 3.0 deals so far in California? Anyone yet? No? Okay, it's coming soon. That's okay, guys. That's okay. All right. We'll go ahead and let's see. All right, go ahead and go next slide. All right, so future trainings, definitely recommend you guys stay plugged in. There are so many trainings on the Power Calendar. If you have not checked out powercalendar.com, this keeps all of the trainings that are posted up to date. So every Monday we have a team training series with JC Rangel at 10 a.m. We have Flow Mondays at 9 o'clock. Every Tuesday we have the Power Hitters training, that Jonathan Bernasso host, and then of course every Thursday here with your Women of Power, and every Friday there's Building with Bobby. So many trainings going on. Also, Enphase Solar Edge office hours, those are also posted on Power Calendar right now. That is probably very critical just to brush up on your battery knowledge and how it relates to NEM 3.0. And also market development meetings. Those are happening for every single state. So you can check out your market development meeting for your specific state to stay posted on when those are. You can go ahead and go to our coverage map, click on your state, and you'll be able to find not only training specific info, but also state related info. All right, next slide. All right, so Power Day is May 13th at 10 a.m. You can join virtually from cities all across the country, so you can learn about this, you can build into this. So just like Tara, who's building her team, if you have any prospects, definitely invite them to a Power Day. They go over everything you need to know about the company, and I'm sure there'll also be some really great training as well. All right, so this week for our training, we have Isela Bonada. She's going to be training on time management with NEM 3.0. And right now we felt like this training was needed more than ever. We need to brush up on consolidating our schedules, making sure everything is organized, just to set us up for success, not only for a busy summer, but especially in California heading into this NEM 3.0 season. We need to be more ready than ever for what comes next. So without further ado, Isela Bonada, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's about to get a little bit loud here, so I'm going to be in an area where it's not so quiet, but I'm really excited to share with you our time management. And this is none other that I was taught from Charles Thompson at SolarCon. And I was just really excited about sharing all of this with you. I've just started implementing some of the things that he's shared and what he's done and what he's learned over the years. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen over here. I'm sorry, Marissa, can you give me, since I lost access to share my screen? Oh, good. Okay, let me see. Continue. Okay, awesome. Let me go ahead and share. Come on. All right, here we go. So as some of you may have already struggled with time management, I myself found myself in a place where I let others dictate my time, whether it was someone calling me on the phone, whether it was an appointment, a mentee, having a to-do list and focusing on small things, right? So that we can check it off. So I just wanted to talk to you about all the different buckets that we have and how we can apply time management into our daily practices, right? So the 10 things ultra productive people do differently. And like I mentioned to you, this was none other than Charles Thompson that shared this. And it was such a different perspective. So I wanted to share it with all of you. Okay, so as you may or may not know, there's 1,440 minutes in our day. So if you think about it, that's a lot of minutes that we can, apply and focus certain times. And, again, we have sleep, we have families, we have a lot of responsibilities on our plate. And how can we help by managing that, right? So what I'm going to be talking to you about is 10 things today. So we're going to be focusing on minutes, set daily priorities. Don't use to-do list. I know I said don't use to-do list, right? Use a notebook. Check email only 3 times a day. So I know a lot of us, we get the notifications, right? And we just need to check on our notifications. Say no to almost everything. That's right. Learn how to say no. If you're like me, I'm a yes girl. I always say yes to everything. The universal truth of 80-20 rule, and then drop or delegate things. Touch things only once, and have a consistent morning ritual. All right. Like I mentioned, there's 1,140 minutes a day. There's 86,400 seconds, right? That's a lot of time during our day. So identify your most important tasks. So MIT, most important tasks, and work on it for 2 hours each morning. That's right. Attack your first things that are most important in the morning. I have the habit of doing the fastest thing quick. Like, oh, I need to do this as a fast one. Instead of getting the most important things out of the way, whatever that you need to do that it's going to be a longer email or a challenge that you have on a project or whatever you need to address. I, for one, like to check off the easy thing first, right? So if you have the most complicated things and you check it off first, then the rest of your day, you don't have to worry about that. I get anxiety sometimes about, doing the harder things first. So that will help you. Also, so time management. So here is some of the things that you can help you. This is what I did to my schedule is I looked at my schedule. I looked at everything that my responsibilities are that I want to be in touch with Powur, right? So we looked at different trainings that I want to attend, the trainings that I have to with our group that I need to lead, right? And then you have checking your projects. We have all the trainings, right? And then your schedule for your proposals, right? For your clients. And so all of that has to be time blocked, label it all out so that you can then put it into your calendar, right? Number 3, don't use to-do lists, okay? So yes, write the things that you need to do, right? Write it on a list. Like, for example, you have to go to the grocery store, you have to pay your bills or whatever it is that you do, and write it on a list, but also time block it. This is the time that I'm going to call the doctors to make my appointments or whatever it is that you need to do, time block it and put it in there. And these are the things that you need to do so that for me, you let your to-do list manage you instead of you saying, okay, this is the time that I'm going to allot for this. You block everything out, you focus on it, you get it done, and then you're done. Then you move on to your business activities, right? So this is an example. I didn't take a picture of mine, which I was going to take a picture. This is an example of Charles Thompson, actually his desk. Okay. I personally have 2 laptops and a screen. So I actually meant to take a picture of my own personal. So I have, again, one laptop that I can do that does different things. I have graphics on that particular laptop that I can work on. This is my Zoom, right? Because the picture is clear, good. And then I have a screen. So I actually have 3. Some of you may have already adopted a large screen. If you haven't, I think it's really helpful to see everything in a big and clear picture. And then, of course, like I mentioned, work off of a calendar. It's the best thing. So a lot of times, again, I get messages or people that call, I don't know who they are. As mentors, a lot of times people reach out to us and we see phone numbers that we don't recognize, and we also see spam, right? So this is one of the things that's an auto respond that you can use. It says, I see that you called. I can't take your call currently. I work off of a calendar. Let me know the topic and how much time we need to budget, and I will circle back. So what I find myself as a mentor is a lot of times I was taking the time to mentor somebody, teach them before the proposal process, and I was taking a really long time. And so that gave me, for me, I'm dealing with pressure and the anxiety of other things that I have to do that were on my mind that I didn't press and I didn't accomplish before, right? Doing that urgent to-do list. And so I think time blocking that as well, say, hey, I've got 30 minutes to help you, and be very strict. And this is what we're going to address, and just focus on that particular call. And then with this quote, you'll see that some people are reaching out and it wasn't really that important. And it could be something, I know that Marissa and Cynthia have used the voice message, and that's helped tremendously because texting takes a lot of time sometimes. And sometimes when you're in the call, you pick up a phone, you're like, hey, how's it going? How's your day? So if you do that how many times a day, that's I don't want to say a waste of your time, but it takes time. So you're starting to take time away from the other important tasks that you need to do. So this is a really good one. Like I mentioned, voice memos. Voice memos are awesome because a lot of times in text messages too, messages can get misunderstood, right? Oh, that person was kind of rude, or they use capital letters, like, why are they yelling at me? Or I don't know if you know that capital letters means like you're stressing something, and it could be, some people interpret that as they're yelling at you, right? So I think that voice memos gets the message out really clear, and then you can express yourself. And just for me, I've learned a lot being a mentor, to be patient and just to know that the person it's the first time they've ever seen the information. So I've learned a lot about myself. You do learn a lot about teaching others, what you see every day, what you've been doing. Like for Cynthia, she's been doing this, what, 8 years, 9 years? Oh wait, you just celebrated an anniversary, right? Was it 8? 8 years. Okay. So she just celebrated an anniversary. She's been doing this for a long time, but yet when she teaches when I had her as a mentor, she's very patient, she's very kind, and just very soft and speaks, you know, in a kind manner. So that's really important. So like I said, don't use to-do list. Again, like I mentioned before, write the things that you need to do, but then time block those into an actual time on your calendar where you're going to work on those. And then that'll be, you have a time assigned. So you don't think about it, right? You don't want to think about all the smaller things that you need to do. We want to focus on what we call business building activities, right? Whether it's following up on any projects or clients, etc. It says capture everything in your notebook so your mind can't stay carefree. Move the to-do list to your calendar, like I mentioned. Yes, write it in your notebook, right? But then also, again, time block it and put it in your calendar. I actually worked on my calendar this week so that I'm going to implement all of these strategies that that I was taught, that I thought, even though I've heard it before and we hear it, but now I'm applying it and I can't tell you, okay, this is the time now that I'm going to block out for prospecting. This is the time that I'm going to block out for those activities, because I personally don't have an assistant. I manage my own projects. And so I'm at the point where I'm not sure if I'm going to get an assistant or not. So I want to also focus on building business activities, right? So that allows you your time and to focus that's it. And if you get any phone calls, turn off your notifications on your phone and put your phone aside so that you can focus. So say, why take notes? Okay, helps memory and recall, right? Reduces stress and cognitive load, and become a journal and leave a legacy. So I sometimes, you know, when we're on our downtime, we think, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to get my real ID. Oh, all these things that we need to do, just write it down so that then, I mean, this is from, you know, like I said, I don't carry, like most of the ladies, we have a purse, right? So we can carry a small notebook to write it, or we can use our phone, right? Our phone has notes. So whatever you need to do, just jot it down. I found myself jotting things down that I forget. So because when I'm like, okay, what was it, that thing that I had to do, right? So especially moms, you're all really good at creating lists, knowing, especially because you have children that have different schedules. So you have an advantage. I'm not a mom, but I do, of course, have things to do. so we all have a lot of things to do. So doing that is going to be very helpful. So that's that one. And so the next one is number 4. Like I said, use a notebook, but always carry a notebook with you. For women, it might be a little bit harder. But again, if you have a purse, you can always write it down on your phone, right? Next one, number 5, check email only 3 times a day. No, can you leave a cup, please? Sorry. So only check email only 3 times a day. I started doing this and it's been very helpful. So because every time I get a notification, how many of you have a notification? And people today, they expect immediate response, right? They expect that. And it can give you like, I need to get this to right now. And you're like walking and you're texting and you're doing this and you're just like, we need to slow down a little bit and be like, you need to control your time. The devices can't control you, right? You need to control your time and allot that, whether it is checking your email. If you want to engage in social media, say, okay, I'm going to check my email. If I have this time to check my email, to okay, splash, got it, and we responded, and then go into different things if you want to check social media or whatever it is, so that you get used to only checking it 3 times a day. But when you check your email, make sure there's a couple of things that you need to do when you check your email. How many of you have bought something online and all of a sudden they send you so many emails? Okay, I love Fashion Nova. I love other things that I get. And I can't even tell you how many text messages and things that I get from the brands that I buy, right? Other than Amazon, right? So what you want to do is, if you don't use it, lose it. And if you're going to purchase something, you could always look online. Like, you're not going to miss out on any sale or anything like that. Like, just whatever it is that that's clogging up your email. How many of you have so many emails that you haven't checked? And all of a sudden you've got 1,000 emails that is just like, I don't know, whatever store it is, a pharmacy, whatever it is, you go in there. And if you Google that one name, trust me, I am not buying any more storage, right? So make sure that you take a look at all the things. And like it says here, you like, either you're going to look at your email, you're going to take care of it, right? Do it, or you're going to delegate it to someone like that has assistants. You can delegate it, right? Marissa has an assistant. I know Kristlyn has an assistant. She can delegate it. You could defer it or just delete it. You're done, you're complete, and it's out. You know, that way, again, you don't have to worry about clogging up your email. So I had a Google account that was clogged, and I refused to buy any storage. So I have to go in there and unsubscribe, like seriously, unsubscribe of things that are just clogging up your email. So how to get to inbox 0 in 10 minutes. Okay. Deal with all emails that arrived within the last 48 hours. Okay. Create a folder of old emails that you want to perhaps keep. Move all of the inbox sitting in your inbox to the old email folder. So you actually can create folders of emails that you can put and create so that they're not all over the place. And I just started working on this. And then is I don't know what that means. Boila, you're starting at inbox is 0. So we want to be able to start when you look at your inbox, right at the beginning of fresh emails. And then, you know, if you create this every single day, you're going to find that the information that you need is more concise, and you're not going to be getting all these random emails that have nothing to do with your business, right? So we want to focus of having actual emails that pertain to your business. Okay, number 5, check emails, like I said, only 3 times a day. Email is a great way to others to put their priorities into your life, have boundaries, and you control your inbox, right? Want to be able to control what's coming in and what we're spending our energy time. Because I've spent a lot of energy unsubscribing. Believe it or not, you have to like look all the way in the bottom and scroll, and there's like this little tiny thing that says unsubscribe, right? So we want to be able to do that. Say no to almost everything. If it's not a hell yeah, then it's a no. True focus is saying no to the things you really want to do. Now, for me, I like to help people. So a lot of times I say yes to a lot of different things, whether it's maybe a networking event or something that someone's inviting me to, or, you know, helping mentees, right? It's a big responsibility. And I had to come to the point to say, I'm sorry, stop. Like, I can't help anyone. And it's okay to say, I can't do it. Like, or, you know what, I'm going to be working on presenting or working on my business or presenting the opportunity to someone or doing what you need to do. And sometimes we have to tell our friends and family no. And it's okay. It's okay to say no, because you're focusing, if it's taking away from your main focus or whatever is your purpose or your why and what you're working on, it's okay to say no. So I just started saying that more. I literally just started saying it. So follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of outcomes come from only 20% of activities. Identify the 20% and ignore the rest. And let me just repeat that. 80% of outcomes come from only 20% of activities. Identify the 20% and ignore the rest. I mean, a lot of us that have a team and then are recruiting and things like that, a lot of times that comes from our little smaller group that's actually producing, right? So that comes from all the different things that we do, right? So managing our projects is not money-making activities, right? So, and again, so we want to focus our energy and block our time to things that are bringing in more business to us, right? It's important to have mindset or identifying the few things and activities that will give you outsized returns. You want to look for shortcuts, do the most important things, I can't even say the word, exceptionally well, and the rest just good enough or not at all. Develop your skills to be exceptional in a few targeted areas. Don't try to master everything. Realize that you can work less, stress less, and increase your happiness by figuring out the 20% of goals, activities that are most important to you. I would find myself if my computer and my laptop's not with me, that I would literally stress out because I knew there was all these things that I didn't get accomplished. And then by having what your designated time on your calendar, you're gonna feel accomplished because there's always gonna be things to do and you're never gonna be able to catch up, right? But what you've assigned yourself for that date, you're gonna feel accomplished, and then you won't feel as stressed. So number 8, drop or delegate things. Identify your unique ability to utilize and outsource everything else. Like again, some of us that are newer, you may not be able to outsource something, but let's say you wanted to create a design, pay somebody to do it. Ask around, hey, do you know anybody that can help me with either my logo or a flyer? Now, Powur has an amazing marketing material, but if you're looking for something specific that you wanted to create or something different, so some things like that, you know, reach out and delegate it to someone, you know, if you can do certain things where you can do that, I recommend doing it because, like, for example, okay, I'm gonna give you a different example of delegating. I was gonna paint my new office myself. And so another mentor said, why are you painting your office? How much does it charge for you to pay somebody to paint it for you? And how much is that time worth? When I can be focusing on managing my projects or, you know, following up on a client, that's worth more than for me actually physically painting it myself. So that's just an example of what you can do to delegate to someone else. And then the 3 Ds: drop, delegate, and redesign. As we look at our how we're working our calendar, this is what items can I drop? What can I stop doing entirely, right? Maybe like Cynthia, I know Cynthia uses when she goes shopping for groceries, you use the Instacart or one of those things, right? I started recently doing it because that's one of the things that I just don't enjoy doing is going to buy groceries. Costco, you can order online as well. So those are the type of things that for me, even if I know I have an event and I need to buy a new outfit or I need to prepare or I need to certain things for the trip, microphones, whatever, I ordered everything online. I really don't have the time to be going from store to find a particular item where I can go online if you time it correctly and order it and go, right? So anything like that is very helpful. What items can I delegate to someone else? Yeah, like I said, if whatever you need, you can help. You can order anything online that will help you. Again, those of us that have assistant, or if you need help with something from your family, if you need to record an installation, have a family member, a friend, or a neighbor, or somebody, hey, come with me so that you can hold the camera while I film something, or, you know, also get a tripod or something like that. What do I need to continue doing, but do it in a new, more time efficient way? I think a lot of these things, and you can adjust your calendar as you go through what works for you. You can readjust things, right? You can see what works best. I like to work out in the morning. So my calendar has 6:30 to 8 o'clock. I should be ready to go to start my day. So that's, you know, the time that I've delegated for those particular items. Number 7, to put this into practice, make a list of all the tasks and meetings you worked on during the previous week and follow these steps. Ask, how valuable is this task to me or the company? What would happen if I just dropped it completely? So some of the things that we definitely don't want to drop are trainings. As you all know, training right now, especially in states like California and others, there's a lot of great things happening in our company right now. We're opening Puerto Rico. It's always good to stay in touch with their market, but also in touch with other markets. So those are the type of things that you definitely still want to continue and be a part of all the trainings. Ask, am I the only person who could do this task? Who else in or outside the company could accomplish this? That's always also great things to get to know one another so we can help one another. Like Crystal and I met, we did some brainstorming. So always reach out to something that you can possibly work together. Like, hey, Isela, next time you have an installation and you go in person, do you mind if you invite me? Maybe I can do some social media. Absolutely, because we all here, we want to work together. We want to grow together, right? Ask, how can the same outcome be achieved with a faster process? How could this task get completed if I only had half the time? Well, maybe for me, it might be like, you know, let's not look at our social media when we blocked out that time to do that. Even if somebody responds to something, the silent note, the do not disturb, I've been actually using that lately. And I don't know why I didn't use it before. If you haven't, try it, right? Your do not disturb on your phone so that you can focus. I had to study first. So I was doing the battery training. I want to really focus. So I live with my elderly parents. So I told Mom, please do not disturb me. I'm going to lock the door. I'm going to be working for the next 2 hours. Okay, and even then my mom still tried to come in because, you know, she forgets. So those are the type of things that we want to, you know, take a look and see where we can adjust, right? So number 9, touch things only once. If something will take less than 10 minutes to complete, do it immediately. Okay, so those are the time, again, where especially when we're checking our email and you know it's going to be a hard one to task, maybe you have to gather pictures or whatever it is. You know, but anything that you know that you can accomplish, do it quickly, get it out of the way so that we, again, especially the ones that are not money making activities, right? We want to focus those and get them out of the way. Those are the best things. for me, and then, you know, again, you feel like you accomplished and you attack the first things good, everything else is going to be easy, right? If you get to the ones that you like, for some of us, when we know there's an issue on one of our jobs, like we need to call the client and let them know, hey, this is what's happening. So we have to challenge ourselves and address those issues, because clients will appreciate that, right? Our homeowners. Have a consistent morning ritual. Okay, invest the first 60 minutes of each day in rituals that straighten your mind, body, and spirit. I know on Mondays we have breath work. So for those of you that want to start your Mondays with breath work, you'll see it on the events calendar at 9 a.m. There's breath work. And so I know some of us that have done it before and continue doing it. It's a really good practice to do. We have to center ourselves, mind and spirit. Everything has to be in center for you to be the best that you can be, to do what we do, to help homeowners, introduce the business to new people, help others in our community with power, right? So the first thing that I do is I wake up in the morning. I've started to do like some 10-minute meditations. It's on YouTube. You can look for whatever you want to do a meditation. I'll get up, ready to go. And then my workout class starts at 6:30 to 7:15. I'm there. And then my rest of my day. So if I can get that, your whatever your ritual is in the morning, well, what happened to me is if I didn't get that done and it got too late, I would give myself, like, I would stress out about and start already thinking about all the emails that were coming through. So I think if you can center yourself, then you can be the best mom, the best mentor, the best, solar consultant with power. Whatever is the best that you need to center yourself is going to help you. Exercise and all those things is good for mind, body, and soul, and for stress. Have a consistent morning ritual. Create it. Tap into what helps you. If it's taking a walk with your pet in the morning. I have new kittens, so lately I've been taking the little kittens out, and my parents play with the kittens. Whatever it is that you need to reboot, it's super important, like I said, because you want to be the best for everybody in your life and everybody that you help here with power. I think that might be the last of it. So again, let me just go over the slide over here, the first one. It's getting really loud in here, sorry. For some reason I can't get the last. Okay, let me go back over here. Sorry about that. So I'll go back to this slide here. Can you see my screen or no?
No.
Okay, so here's the last one here. Let me go to view slideshow. So here are the 10 things. Focus on the minutes, right? We have a lot of minutes in our day that we can see what our focuses are. Set daily priorities, right? Don't use to-do list. Use a notebook to write all the things that you need to do, but then we're going to schedule it right on our calendar. Check email only 3 times a day and try to have a 0 inbox policy, right? But at least check your email 3 times a day and delete anything that you don't need. Say no to almost everything. The universal truth 80-20 rule. Drop or delegate things. Touch things. Try to do your best to touch things only once, and have a consistent morning ritual. And like I mentioned, I worked on my calendar. I'm really excited to apply a lot of these, things that will help. And I hope they help you too. And that's all I have. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Awesome. That was so amazing. You guys, I hope you took notes. This time management training specifically just has so many nuggets. It might seem a little extreme to you in some areas, but I can tell you with the fact from someone who started doing her power business with only 1 day a week to work in the beginning, that all of these things are so helpful. So thank you, Isela. Thank you for presenting that. And I'll go ahead and at this point, we will go over just how to get project help on your project. So remember to always check the milestone tab for the project update, leave a ticket for your project manager, allow the project manager 24 hours to respond. And just a nugget for you guys, we did just hire a couple dozen project managers. So you will see a lot of new people, a lot of new names. So be patient with them. They're learning, they're new. There is going to be some bumps. But just remember to first leave a ticket for your project manager. And if that's not working, Then first escalation should be sales support via the chat. Let them know you need a response, drop the project. After that, if you're still not getting a response, email communicationsescalations@powur.com. And if you need assistance on a signed project before project manager, then you are going to reach out to sales support via the chat. So thanks, everyone. We're going to go ahead and, so we do have the Memorial Day incentive going on right now. So the Memorial Day incentive to switch to solar, there are some graphics that you can use on knowledge base. So make sure you grab these. A reminder that the incentive is something that is an adder. And so you can utilize, the way I like to utilize this is by offering it to the homeowner as upfront money. This is some upfront money that you can get. And if they choose not to use that upfront, then they could apply it towards their savings, and that way you bring down their price. So that is a way to take advantage of the Memorial. And so don't forget that Women of Powur, we have our weekly newsletter. If you want to get access to all of our trainings that we have here on Women of Powur, make sure to drop your email in the chat so we can add you to our weekly newsletter. And we'll go ahead and end our training with a quote. We always like to end these trainings with a quote. Don't watch the clock, do what it does. Keep moving. That's really funny after our time management training. Thank you all for coming. We are going to stick behind for about 20 minutes to do some hours and open Q&A. So we'll go ahead and end the recording. We'll open it up for any questions you guys have for Isela or any of the Women of Powur.
Thank you for taking the time to watch the Women of Powur training series. I hope that you got some great value out of that video, and there's much, much more where that came from. Listen, if you'd like to join Powur or find out more about this awesome and amazing platform, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description. I look forward to connecting with you real soon. Have a great day.